Patrick here, Half Cheetah Will View, and we are here for another film review. Uh, so, so I managed to wrangle our good friend Casey, Interweb Kaiju, into doing a watch along, and we threw out some movies and we decided which one, trying to decide which one we watched, and we ended up going with 2022's Doll Shark. Doll Shark was written and directed by Mark Polonia and his son Anthony Polonia. And the plot is a fisherman is out fishing and he kills a great white shark, and he decides to take a tooth for for as a trophy, and so that's what he does. He takes the trophy. He takes a tooth as a trophy, and then he decides that he's going to go ahead and send it to his little son because he's got him a stuff like a Squishmallow from his son's favorite show. And so what he does is he puts the tooth into the shark, into the stuffed shark, not knowing that he has unleashed the spirit of the shark into the plushie. He puts it in a box and sends it to his son, who's living with his mother, who is a full-blown lush. The mother is one of those that has a lot of uncles, and one of those uncles is going to take her out for a 3-day excursion, and so her son, the little boy, he gets to stay with the babysitter. The babysitter named Lila, who's played by Daniel Donahue. And the babysitter doesn't like the little boy, and the little boy doesn't like the babysitter, and so all sorts of shenanigans happens as the shark manifests itself and displays its powers. It turns into a Squishmallow, into a Hell Mellow, basically a doll shark, and it proceeds to kill various people in various ways. And Of course, the little boy doesn't know what's going on. He suspects something's weird because he'll put the shark one way and come back and it'll be turned a different way. All right. Of course, the killings bring into a detective into the mix. He starts investigating, and after various people die, he is almost cornered when the hero of the show shows up at the last minute and saves the day. Okay, so basically, Doll Shark is another Mark Polonia production. It is exactly what if you watched any Mark Polonia movies, you know what to expect here. The usual suspects as far as Polonia Pals go, which is sort of weird because the two of the stars that did not get themselves credited, they didn't take credit, and that would be Natalie and Titus Himmelberger, who played the mother and the detective. That was a little strange. I was a little surprised by that, but maybe they felt they were overexposed in Mark's movies. I don't know, but you definitely know it's them. Some of the usual pals make an appearance. Jamie Morgan makes an appearance. Dave Fife, Ken Van Zant, and of course the leading actress for this one, or Jamie Morgan's in it, and of course Danielle Harris. And yes, in case you're wondering, the green Kia also makes an appearance. That was a hoot. The green Kia is the car that appears in every one of Mark Polonia's movies. It's a hoot. It's almost like a drinking game. This was actually pretty entertaining, to tell you the truth. I mean, for what it was, this came from SRS, and this is actually all right. The gore's not all that bad, and the premise is really silly, and the shark itself looks like it's something you win from a carnival. In fact, I mentioned it to Casey. I says, I wonder how long that would take for that Squishmallow to burn if it caught on fire. It would probably go up like in a matter of milliseconds. So impregnated with chemicals and shit. So all in all, it was a fun, cheesy time. I do believe the little boy was played by twins, River or Ryan Dalton, and I have a feeling, just looking at the last names of that, I have a feeling those Daltons are related to our good friend John Oak Dalton, who is a screenwriter and has written many films for Mark's production company as well as his own films. And I have a feeling that is really that Ryan and River are connected there. I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am. All right. Speaking of Mark, this is speaking of Mark Polonia. I do have a playlist of some films I have reviewed of him. By the time that you see this video, as this is going into my October release, you have already seen the interview with Mark on House of Horrors, which after it airs, I will come back and put it in the description box here. So if you want to watch and listen to that review, you can. All right, so Doll Shark, yeah, if you're a Mark Polonia fan, if you're a SRS fan, or then this is definitely for you. It has some fun moments into it. The Squishmallow is pretty entertaining. Yeah, it is what it is. It's an hour and 16 minutes long. I would actually put this more as rated PG-13. It's a little bit of gore, but not too bad. It seemed a lot worse. And the premise is so silly anyway. So it's not much harm there. So I would call this a rated PG-13 effort. You can get this at SRS Cinemas. Or you could probably, time you hear this, you might be able to find it on secondary markets. All right, well, that's it for me and Doll Shark. And it's going to be one of the films I do for the 31 Days of Halloween, which I better get cracking on because it's already the end of August. All right, well, thanks for watching, and we will talk at you soon for the next one. Peace.